Hello everyone and welcome back to K24 Project YouTube channel. We would like to apologize for not updating in the last few weeks since we had to focus on such things and matters. But today we are here again for another DIY update. For today's update, we will be showing you another way of making ribbons. I really enjoy sharing to you guys our procedures and we hope that you find these tutorials fun and beneficial for your sewing projects. In this update, we're going to be showing you one of my most favorite style of making ribbons. While there are many ways to make ribbons, this one in particular is one of my favorite. Not only it looks pretty and it's simple, but it is also easy and simple to make. We will be then cutting our pattern pieces. The measures and pattern cuts for this project will still be updated in the description box below. We're starting off with the 6-inch length and 12 inches width panel cloth. This is my standard measure for this ribbon that will usually be used in front of the bodice, but this measure can change depending on where you wanted to place the ribbons. We will then fold the panel cloth in the middle and then we will sew along the edges, closing all the raw edges of the panel cloth. I'm sewing almost in half an inch for this project, but you are free to change this however you like. When all the sides of the panel are sewn flat down, we will then fold it in the middle and we will unstitch a small gap in the center of the panel, just enough to turn the whole panel inside out. You can automatically leave the gap or you can follow my own procedure. It will all depend on your choice. Turn the panel inside out and then use a thin metal rod to poke all the corners of the panel. I really like crisp edges and this is the main reason why I need to use such a thin metal rod for the corners. Once you are done with this step, we will then now close the gap that we unstitched earlier. But to do that, we will then flat stitch the whole side where the gap was made. I will only flat stitch one side because if I do flat stitch all the sides of this panel, the ribbon will look flat. Too flat for my liking. Our next step is measuring the front and back ribbon fold. This is a very confusing process to explain, but you will need to measure where you needed to sew the ribbon flat, so when we fold it, we will have two ribbons in one. I usually start by pinning and trying out how the ribbons in the back and in front will look like. This is a trial and error process, mainly because the measures of each ribbon depends on each a different length and project. I wanted the back ribbon to be slightly showing, while the front ribbon just fit enough inside the back ribbon. To do this, I will need to check and redo the process until I get the sizing that I wanted. Play around the measures until you got the perfect measure for the back and front ribbon sizes. Once you are satisfied with the sizes of the back and front ribbon, you can then now sew the markings flat. Now, you can see that the back ribbon is slightly showing, while the front ribbon size just is enough to show the back ribbon. Now, we will need to find the center part of the ribbon piece, and then we will gather the center to create the shape of the ribbon. The ribbon fold will depend on how much you wanted the center to be, but for me, I usually go around tighter in the center. Now you have this ribbon base. Do the same in the other ribbon process. Once you are done with this, it's time for us to do the ribbon center panel, which will cover the middle part of the ribbons. I will start off by folding this 2 inches length and 5 inches width panel cloth. Sew one side of the panel as you leave the top and the bottom part open. You can then now flip the panel inside out. Use a safety pin or a rod to do this step. Now you have your panel cloth. It's time to sew it in the middle part of the ribbons. Measure how much you will need to cover the middle part of the ribbon. After you are satisfied, you can then now sew the panel cloth in place. My middle cover cloth is tight enough to give the shape I wanted and loose enough to avoid too much bulk in the ribbon. If you wanted to hand sew the middle part of the ribbon, you are free to do so. But again, I will do this on my own comfortable way. Finish off the process by burning the raw edges of the ribbon center panel, so you can fix the shape of the ribbons, and the ribbon is finally done. We hope that you enjoy this process, and we sure have more plans tutorials in the future, and we can't wait to share it with you guys. Don't forget to comment down below. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, and if you're still not part of the family, don't forget to click subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and see you all again next week. Bye!